Hey, what's going on, everybody? Gamestradamus here, over at the Sony booth, about to check out Gran Turismo 5, and I'm here with one of the developers, Chris. Chris, can you tell us a little bit about Gran Turismo?
Sure. One of the new things that we're announcing here at E3 is the implementation of 3D technology into the game. What that's really going to do is that brings the action basically in the middle of your living room. When you're driving a car, you're really going to feel like you're driving that car, especially when you're in the cockpit. And couple that with another new technology that we're announcing here, which is the face tracking. We're using the PlayStation Eye to feed all the information that's going on around like your face, head area, into the game to actually in real time replicate that movement in game. So when you're driving in cockpit view, you tilt your head this way, your camera is going to tilt this way, and it's going to it's going to tilt left and right. And our whole philosophy behind that is that when you go to like racing school or driving school, the first thing that they kind of teach you is that when you are about to take into a turn or go into a turn, you have to look at it first and then kind of move your head along with the turn, so that way the natural movement of that just kind of initiates your whole body to start turning, and then thus turns the car as well. And that's something that we've learned from our time spent at the tracks and going racing, and it's something that we wanted to kind of pass on to the users as well, because we know that there's a large group of people that use our game to train for actual racing.
Right, yeah, your game has always been about simulation, and the addition of 3D and that head motion technology is pretty amazing. Can you talk about the cars in the game? Gran Turismo has always been about a lot of cars. How many are in it this time around, and do you have any exclusive companies you're working with?
Well, one of the new things that we have been talking about in the past few months is the fact that we partner up, well, not really partner up, but the cover car is the 55, it's the Mercedes SLS. And to us, that's an amazingly beautiful car, and it's not really a partnership in the traditional sense, but again, it's one of the cars that's featured in Gran Turismo. And some of the new licenses that we have in game are Lamborghini, and we definitely constantly adding more Ferrari vehicles into our library. It's something that a lot of people have been requesting. A lot of people want the supercars. But outside of that, we also have a lot of other classic cars that we can't really talk about just now. But overall, we're looking at a total of 950 cars out of the box.
Wow, that's quite a lot. And what about the customization of those cars? How is the tuning up work? Is that pretty in depth too? Or?
It's going to be those are items that we're going to start announcing as we get closer to our launch date, which is, as everybody knows now, is November 2nd.
November 2nd. And anything about multiplayer? What's going on with that? Any new features? How many people can play at once?
We are going to have multiplayer, and we can't really talk about the features, but what we can talk about is that it was a small learning process for us with Gran Turismo 5 Prologue. It really gave us a lot of customer feedback as to what people are looking for in a multiplayer game, especially in a multiplayer racing game. But more importantly, out of like what people were asking for is more what people were not asking for, which is really key in terms of creating new creative features in game. So, we looked through everything, all the forums, all the blogs, and kind of filtered everything through, and we realized that there are certain aspects that we live in our everyday life in being involved in the automotive industry that some people might not be aware of. So again, it's like all these new features that we're putting in the multiplayer game to make sure that it really is, again, setting the standard in terms of racing games.
Awesome. And now with so many new features, what is your favorite new feature in this game?
That is undisclosed.
Undisclosed. Okay, we'll see. Well, thank you very much. And can you tell everyone again when this game is releasing?
Gran Turismo 5 launches November 2nd in North America and Latin America.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Chris. Well, you're here to hear first, guys. For more coverage, please check out elder-geek.com. Take it easy.